Credit repair is a huge part of what a lot of people have to go through to be able to get their financial house in order. Credit repair is a process that people who have made some mistakes in the past, they have to go through that credit repair process to be able to get to that other side of having good credit again. But there's some things about credit repair that I've always kind of thought about was more important than the credit repair process. And when I was doing some upgrades to my website at the creditrepairshop.com, I was looking at the people who we've helped, who felt okay about putting their information out there about how we helped them. There's a lot of people who are uncomfortable with that, especially people who had experienced ID theft or people who just don't want to have themselves out there, and we've always understood that. And so I really do appreciate the people who have decided to give us their information and allow us to place it on our website. But when I was looking through them, it's more than just credit repair. It's more than just credit repair. It's life-changing. Like, people pay us to do work, but the work that is done is like, it pays off way more than what they pay us to help them with their credit. And yes, there's ups and downs. Everybody's situation is different. And that's why big reason why I wanted to make this video about the credit repair process. And I'm gonna go through it by showing you the people that we've helped. And I'm gonna tell you their story. And because you may kind of relate to what they went through, it might make you feel better about potentially working with our company, with helping you with your credit repair journey. Now, let's first start here. Now, just so you know, we've helped more than 100,000 people over the years, and directly more than 10, probably about 15,000 right now, directly as customers over the years. Now, what's the difference? We have programs where people can do the work themselves, or people have watched my information on my YouTube channel, The Credit Repair Shop, or on TikTok, The Credit Repair Shop, where you can actually see, where I'll make videos telling people information on what they can do to help themselves with their credit. So first, let's talk about Mazen. When he came to me, he was over $250,000 in debt, credit card debt, had made some mistakes. He's a business owner, and he was looking for a solution to work his way out of it. Now, coming to someone about credit repair, that's one thing. And helping him get out of debt, that's one thing, or two things. But see, what I think gets missed is that people are under a lot of emotional stress. He had stated that he couldn't sleep. If you watch his testimonial video, he will say a word like, "I literally saved his life." The reason why people will use those types of words during a credit repair and debt relief process is because there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of family arguments. There's a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen. Am I going to lose everything? What's going to happen? All of these things are going through people's mind. And one of the things that we do at the Credit Repair Shop is we talk to people. It's like you got to pull people down, and you got to tell them, hey, it's a process. And if we do step one, we see what happened with step one. We do step two, we see what happens with step two. But it's nothing that's going to happen overnight. And trust me, Mazen being a business owner, he was, business owners are very aggressive. And I was like, regardless, it's going to take a long time to get you out of this debt. And these are the options that we have to be able to help you. So just to let you know, you may not have over $250,000 in debt. He did, and it took 4 years to resolve everything. But look at the end result. And we're a number of years past it. So when he signed up with me, I did not know it was going to take 4 years, but I said this isn't going to happen overnight, and it's going to take some years. because of understanding his financial situation, understanding what I know from experience, what has to be done. I said it's going to take some years, and if you're willing to do that, you can sign up with us. If you're not, go somewhere else. He said, I trust you. I believe you're telling me the truth, and you can see the result bear it out. 810, 825. He's even up more. The reason why this one here had a 190 point jump when he did his update is because for some reason the updates from what was done, the work that was done when he was final, like when we had finished off with everything that we had to do, Equifax, he called in, they did a refresh, and that's why it jumped like that. The other two were already over 800, but the last one, for some reason, we're not inside of Equifax's office, but when they did it, they actually did it with him over the phone, and then he refreshed, and it had jumped 193 points, and he was done. Danielle, she's a client from way back, a number of years ago. This is an actual picture of her. I know it looks like a model, but she was stressed out. It says right here, I was stressed out and exhausted from being turned down from lender to lender. She was trying to get a home. When people are trying to get themselves into a position to be able to get a home, to be able to get themselves approved for a mortgage, there's a lot of frustration that goes behind that because they're dealing with an underwriting process. It's not just like going for a personal loan or going for a credit card. Even though they do have underwriting processes, it's going to be more of an underwriting process when you're going to get a home because that's a huge purchase. And we looked at her information. We said, hey, the underwriters are seeing this and you need to deal with this. If you really want to get that house, then you need to do this, 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 and this. Well, we did this, 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 and this, but you have to be willing to allow that process to work out. And it's different for everybody. But when I say that it's more than just credit repair, is that when she got that house, she had the feelings of, this is mine. I don't have a landlord over me anymore. She's going to be able to have equity built up. And this is a number of years. I believe that this is probably more than 5 or 6 years later. So just think of all of the equity. She's making payments to herself. Even though she's paying the mortgage, she's paying it down. She's not making a landlord's family rich. She's building wealth for herself and her family. That's more than just credit repair. Like, I hope you're getting what I'm getting. It's more than just credit repair. And then also, if you, at any point in this video, there's a link below here. You can go to our website and check out our program and our plans and all of that stuff whenever you're ready. I'm just, going through here because I'm excited. I'm happy for these people. I'm happy that we've changed their lives. Let's go on to the next one here. Miss Black. Look at that. She sent us that picture and she says, wow, using the creditrepairshop.com helped me get into my forever house. And she even mentioned her rep, which is Greg, who works for our company. Her credit score went up 100 points after we got everything resolved on her credit reports. But now think about it. She got her house. No more landlord. She's building wealth for herself and her family. She has something in the future if she ever wanted to pass it down or if she wanted to sell it when she got ready to retire. This is more than just credit repair. And that's why I was making this video, is because I was looking at it and I'm like, look at these lives that we've changed. Look at these people, their lives have been transformed. They got access to something that they were not able to get access to. They were getting turned down. Look at this one here. Another home. Sharon. Signing the paperwork. Get in the house. Get in the house. Building wealth. One of the things that I had with the credit repair shop when I was first designing my website and I had started analyzing if people have bad credit, they're going to pay more for the things that people who have good credit pay less for? And I added up those numbers, and I was like, you got this car at 15%, or if you now with Santander and American Credit Acceptance, you might have a interest rate of 25%. And then you look over on the other side with good or excellent credit, you can get like 2%. 3%. In the past, maybe it's a little bit higher now, but it's going to be a lot less. If you don't have to be a mathematician to know that 15 and 25% interest payment on that is going to be a lot higher than 3, 4, 5% interest payment. And so I was doing all those numbers, and like when you get your credit fixed, just bottom line, your investment of a credit repair process is realized like right away. Like after your process is done, you're already gonna be in a position to recoup that. But additionally to that is, if you were paying, $2,000 extra because you had bad credit, when you add up all of your consumer debt payments, and then you were able to change that over, refinance, and get lower interest rates on all of that stuff, and now you're paying less, maybe $1,000 less or $1,500 less. That money goes into your pocket, and let's just say it's $1,500, and you took $500 to just do whatever you want to do. That's just extra money, shopping, whatever, per month, and then you have $1,000. $12,000 that could go into savings, that can go into investment, that can go into building a business. That's transforming your life. That's more than just getting your credit repaired. That's getting you into a position to build wealth. And when I was designing the website, that was the thing that came to me, is like, you are not just helping people repair their credit. You're helping people change their life. This could be like the beginning of someone being able to have money for retirement, to have money to be able to start a business. That's what you're doing by simply helping people repair their credit and increase their score so they can save money, stop paying more for the same things that people with good credit pay less for. Now let's look at this one here. Sammy, remember when I talked about the interest rates? He was going to get going to buy a truck. He wanted to get a truck. They kept offering it to him at high interest rates. He just turned it down. He was just like, I don't want to put myself in a bad situation. A lot of people put themselves in a bad situation. He was like, I'm going to do something about it now, so when I go back, I won't be in that bad situation. He went back, and at that time, it was 4.75%. And he also said, thank you to Jamil, who is part of my staff and the staff, which is the customer service team. He was able to get his truck. This is a nice truck. Nice truck for his business, actually. 4.75%. That is a huge difference. Even if you do it at 6%, 7%, that makes a huge difference on a truck. These trucks are like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, depending on what year you get them. Here's Dexter. He got his car. Dexter was always getting denied for a vehicle. He needed a vehicle, dependable vehicle, to get transportation back and forth to work. And we were like, Dexter, looking at what you've done with your credit, and just Dexter's a great human being, but he did not have credit and financial education growing up. So he made a lot of mistakes. And one of the things that we did with him is we sat him down. He was actually a local customer. We sat him down and we said, you got to come into the office and we need to talk to you about some things, about how you're managing your money. And we actually do this for clients that are not, that are not able to come to the office, is that when we talk to them as they go through their credit repair process, is that we say, we're looking at the way that you're managing your money. You need to kind of tighten that up a little bit. It's not just about the credit repair process. It's also about you changing some of these behaviors. And we talked to Dexter about changing those behaviors. And then I remember when he came in, he ended up getting that car, and he got it a low down payment and a low monthly payment. he was able to get that car. And then here we have Miss Hardy. Look at that car. Got that Mercedes-Benz. She sent us that picture. Now, the difference for Miss Hardy, she could have ended up getting that vehicle at a high interest rate. You know how we are when we want to get that car. We want to get that car. I want that car. There's a lot of people who got that car, but they got those high payments. How would you feel if you got that car, but you got those low payments also? How would you feel? And you might be saying, well, Steve, if I get a low payment, won't it take me longer to pay off the car? No. When you get a low payment, you got a low interest rate. That means that you're paying more towards the vehicle and less towards the interest. When you have bad credit and you have a high payment, I know in your mind you might be thinking, well, it's a high payment, paying off quicker because I'm paying high, but really you're paying more to the interest. Look at your paperwork, or go and look at a car auto loan calculator and put it at a low interest rate, put yours at your interest rate, and you can see the money, number one, that you would save on a monthly basis automatically, and then number two, you will see that more your money is not going to the car, more your money is going to the lender. On the flip side, if you get the car that you want, because everybody wants to get the car that they want, not the car that they fit into. And I don't mean by your size, I mean the one that they say, well, hey, you want a Mercedes, but we can fit you into, look at that that old car back there. We can fit you into that other cheaper car there. No, you don't want that. You want the one that you want. You work hard for your money, and you want to use your money for the things that you have. See, when she drives around in this car, it's more than credit repair. When she drives around in this car, how do you think she feels? A lot of times, we buy stuff to have other people look at us in it. The older you get, you buy stuff for luxury. You don't care what other people, looking at you. That's how I am. When I was younger, my expensive cars, I'm driving, but I'm also looking at people who's looking at me. Now, my luxury vehicles, I just drive because I want to be in luxury. I paid for it. I want the luxury. I want that type of vehicle. I don't care that people look at me in that vehicle, that I'm older. But when we get our cars, we want luxury and we want to get the one that we want. Why not get the one that you want at the price that you can afford and you're able to pay it off a lot faster? Because you don't have those high interest rates. Here's another individual. It was Mr. Ware. Student loan. And I know right now with the Biden plan getting shot down by the Supreme Court, a lot of people are upset, looking for some sort of relief. There are options available. Go to the Department of Education website and you could look at different options. But I want to specifically talk about this one right here. This individual, there was a school that had closed, and this individual was sued by a debt collector who had purchased the student loan debt. And I told him, I said, let me review your documents because something doesn't seem right about what you're telling me. If a school closes and you don't get what you were promised, they are not going to be able to get that money. Now, in some circumstances, they are able to. It just depends, but every situation is different. But what happened with this individual, with Mr. Ware, was that we found that company was not able to collect the money. Now, most people would have been happy with, hey, at least I don't have to continue paying. It is all over. And I said, hey, they also have to give you the money back. And he was like, I don't think that they're going to give me the money back. Well, we sent a letter to that company, that collector, and we said, you need to give him his money back because you were collecting on this debt illegally. And guess what they did? They sent him, he had made 3 years worth of payments. So this is 3 years later, totaling about $2,500. They gave him that money back. They gave him that money back. So now, that's more than credit repair. That's helping an individual who had a court judgment against him from a debt collector that is collecting money illegally. Think about how he felt, number one, after paying for 3 years and now he don't even have to pay anymore. He would have just been happy just to stop right there. But then to get $2,500 back, think of the relief. Think of the feeling of getting that $2,500 back. That's more than credit repair. That is more than credit repair. Not having that on his back for the number of years that they would have had. There are some people that will be paying student loans for 10, 20 years, 25 years. So let's move here. These are people whose scores got increased. Right here, we have an account, and this was actually through Mazin, where the Citibank Visa balance was canceled. When a hardship was submitted, $36,248.30 hardship submitted, expressing Mr. Mazin's hardship. The credit card company did a 1099-C cancellation of debt for $36,248.30. If you had, just think about this. If you have 4 debts and they're all $2,500 each a piece, so you got $10,000 in debt, and you sent hardships to all of them, and they got rid of just one of the debts. So now instead of owing that whole $10,000, you minus off $2,500. How would you feel? Would you feel like you're making some progress? And then now we could deal with the other 3. What if you got that one canceled and you had to pay on the other 3? Figure out a settlement option on the other 3. You got rid of 1, you only have 3. Maybe you get rid of 2 and you have 2. Maybe you get rid of 3 and you have 1. So for Mazin, you better bet that this took a lot of the anxiety off of his shoulders, because when we were able to get this, remember, he had over $250,000 in debt. And by doing this, that took off a huge chunk right there. That took off a huge chunk right there. How do you think it made him feel? How do you think that made him feel when he got that in the mail from Chase, that they just did a debt cancellation for $36,248.30? Here's another one here. I know it's hard to see, but this gentleman here, a single mom with her child, they walked into her office. They were very upset. They were owing $132,233.81 to a mortgage company and $9,486.32 to an auto lender. They were threatened to sue her and garnish her wages. We told her that the credit repair process is not just about sending letters, and that we would help resolve her matter. We didn't promise a specific outcome. We did promise to work all legal angles to resolve her problem. Here's the result. Cancellation of debt. This is in 2015. This one right here, I know you can barely see it, but it's $132,233.81. Here's the other one. Cancellation of debt. The other one was for $9,486.32. The total amount forgiven, $141,720.13. And when you might be saying, well, she's going to have to pay taxes on that forgiven debt. Well, if you do the waiver form, you will not have to pay taxes on it. And also, thanks to President Obama, any mortgage debt, you would not have to pay any taxes on that on foreclosed debt. Here's another one here. Client dismissed. That's the text that she sent me. She had also stated that a lot of people were not showing up, or people would not know what to say in court. I just told her exactly what she needed to say. It was dismissed. This company was coming to take her money. They were doing all types of threats, and they were telling her, hey, they're going to take your money. We have a service that can help you if you have debt collectors that are trying to sue you in court. Now, to be clear, we're not about trying to tell people to just run away from their obligations. But if a third-party debt collector buys your debt, there is a standard that they must meet to be able to collect on that debt. And you have a right, just like any other business has a right to try to come after you for the money, you have a right when you're dealing with a third-party debt collector to make them prove that you have to pay them the money. And that's what we helped her do. These are some people who were sending in their results, scores going up. You'll see this happen because they may have creditors who haven't updated yet to their bureaus, or they may have accounts that only report to certain bureaus. Let's see, I don't know, 5 days is no joke. I don't know what that is. But that was a text. So we got here American Express. Look at this. Cancellation of debt. Cancellation of debt, $6,327.87 and $1,697.67. Go back to my example. If you have $10,000 worth of debt and you were to get chunks of it on a 1099-C by using a hardship, how would you feel? So it's more than just credit repair. We're talking about getting rid of debt. We're talking about more than just the credit repair process. We're talking about helping people out with talking to their creditors about hardships. Now, this is some of this is part of our regular credit repair services. Some of it is extended services. So when you contact our office, we'll let you know what is part of credit repair and what is part of extended services. But regardless of that, I just want to show you that a person getting this in the mail, think about it. They thought, and as a matter of fact, there was a debt collector coming after this gentleman for these debts. And we told him that he needed to call the IRS to see if these were submitted by the original creditor. These were submitted by American Express. So you can see right there, he didn't even know. He didn't even know that the IRS didn't send it to him and American Express didn't send it to him. And then when he made the call, then it was sent to him. And then obviously the debt collector had to stop their collection activities. Here's another one right here where it says here, thanks to everyone, their credit scores skyrocketed, but also they were being sued by a payday lender. And we told them, regardless if the loan was yours or not, if a debt collector buys the debt, you have a right to defend yourself to make sure that they have everything to prove that they can collect on that debt. We found in this situation that there was a violation made by the original creditor, actually. And when the debt collector assumed that debt or purchased that debt, they have to also, deal with that violation because now they're the owner. And so when we let them know the violation and we told them what they needed to do in court, and we do have a service for that where I have paralegals that can assist you with that, is that they ended up getting that dismissed, $4,528.02. Now, I don't know about you, but I could tell you that this couple was ecstatic. They were so happy because number one, one of it was either the husband or the wife works in the courthouse. And it's like, you don't want to be the one that's getting sued and you work in the courthouse. This is what everybody else go through. You don't want to be the one that goes through that. So when they got that dismissed, you better bet that they felt very good. And it was more than just a credit repair process. You can go through our websites to kind of see some of the different accounts. You can see here that you can get bankruptcies removed. You can get judgments removed. You can get tax liens removed. You can get collections removed off your credit report. Don't let anyone tell you that, but there is a process for it. We're not talking about doing frivolous stuff. We're talking about making sure that the information on your credit report is accurate. There could even be issues with positive information. If positive information isn't being reported accurately on your credit report, it can make your scores go down, or it can make you have problems where it looks like you're carrying too much debt and you may not be carrying the right amount of debt. These creditors deal with millions of clients, and so mistakes are made. Mistakes are made on a daily basis with the bureaus. So you can see here, these are more. I invite you to go through my website so you can see the different things that we've worked on. I have a video on there that says what makes us different, where I show you my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process, because credit repair is not just about repairing your credit. It's also about changing those behaviors and also lowering that debt. So thank you for your time. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. There's either a link below this video or above this video or somewhere with this video. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com. Grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, grab my 3-pack of letters: statute of limitations letter, cease and desist collection activities letter, and debt validation letter. If you're watching this and thinking about signing up, the link should also be below this video, and we would love to have you with us, and we will do a full evaluation. And if there's anything that we can't help you with, we'll be upfront and honest with you. We will not get you into a situation where you feel like promises are unfulfilled. It does take work. Everybody's situation is different, and we do not promise a specific period of time to get the job done, because there's parts of the credit repair process that is not in our hands. I can tell you that we work with the bureaus. I can tell you that we work with the furnishers. Furnishers could be original creditors or debt collectors. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe